Well, the Washington Commanders and Josh Harris are not playing around. They're requesting interviews for so many different people for the GM and head coaching job. More recently, Mike Macdonald and Chiefs assistant general manager Mike Borgonzi. We're going to talk about it in today's video. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and comment down below who you want the Commanders to hire for their head coaching job and for their general manager job. Man, what a day to be a Commanders fan. Josh Harris is not playing around, interviewing all of these guys. I don't know if you guys saw the press conference, and I'll actually talk about it a little bit later in the video, so stay tuned for that. But just really good day for the Commanders. And right now, they already requested to interview Ben Johnson, the Lions offensive coordinator, and also their defensive coordinator, Aaron Glenn. Made a video about that. Check it out. And also like and comment on all these videos. It really does help out a ton. But now they're hiring my number 2 candidate, and that is Mike Macdonald from the Ravens, their defensive coordinator. He's young. I think he's been with the Ravens for 3 total years as a defensive coordinator. Was with the Ravens before that as, you know, in a bunch of different assistant roles. Was an intern there as well, where Eugene Shen was, intern as well. He's done a really good job for the Ravens, and he also was at Michigan as well. You look at these comments, the amount of people that want him, like, that are just in the comments trolling around like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Why would you go to Washington? Or he sucks. Like, they're joking. The Ravens fans really like him, and they really don't want him to be gone. They really don't want him to be gone. And yeah, he's one of the top candidates. I really wouldn't mind him. I know a lot of people want an offensive guy, and I understand that. I really understand that. But I think that Mike Macdonald's an example of a guy that would, he's young. He's, very analytics based, and he would be a good hire, whether he's offensive or defensive. Obviously, he's not offensive, but you look at D'Amico Ryans, defensive guy, hired the right offensive coordinator, and it worked out really well. So as long as you hire the right guy at offensive coordinator, you'll be fine. But Mike Macdonald, I would be ecstatic if he was our head coach. Ben Johnson's number 1, and then probably Mike Macdonald, and then probably Bobby Slowick. And then there's other guys as well. Like, I like Dave Canales. I love Frank, I like Frank Smith. There's some other guys that are interesting as well. The Commanders also interviewed another Ravens guy. I forgot his name completely, but it's something Weaver, something like that. They're interviewing a lot of guys, and they're gonna hire their general manager / president, kind of the director of football operations, and that's gonna be soon. And from what I got, I think that it'll just be one guy. They'll hire assistant GMs and stuff like that, but I think there's not really gonna be a GM. It's more gonna be like, there will be, but he's going to also be the president of football operations. At least that's what I got from the press conference. Maybe you guys, heard a little bit different. But yeah, Mike Macdonald would be a great hire for the Washington Commanders. He's going to be in demand. Maybe he wants to stay another year with the Ravens, but I think that he would be a great hire for the Commanders. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see who they choose as their GM, because for the most part, it seems like Harris wants to hire the GM / president before the head coach, but they are already, requesting for interviews, and, they can't, I believe, they can't interview him until later, like the 22nd, but the GM also could affect who the head coach is as well. Like, if we get like someone from that Ravens front office deal, like, not Alec Hollaby, but Pat Moriarty, or actually, Ian Cunningham was with the Ravens as well. One of those guys, or Joe Hortiz, then it could be more likely that we get Mike Macdonald. But if it's someone else, then maybe we get a different guy that isn't from the Ravens. Or we could hire a Ravens guy and still hire someone like Ben Johnson, because this is one of the most attractive, first off, GM destinations. I think it is the most attractive GM destination, but also is an attractive spot for a head coach as well. But real quick, a word from today's sponsor, BetUS. And make sure you guys check out BetUS. The first link in the description, you'll get 125% first-time deposit match. The NFL playoffs are coming up this week. You got the College Football National Championship tonight to bet on. NBA, NHL, baseball in a few months. So many different things. You can bet on college basketball as well. They're also giving away Super Bowl tickets to, you or one other person. So it could be a family member or could be a friend. You just got to do a $25 bet and tag them on Twitter, and you will be entered. So make sure you guys check them out. Link in the description. And as usual, bet responsibly. Again, a huge shout out to BetUS. Make sure you guys check them out. But let's get into some more news. And I might make a whole separate video on Adam Peters because I really think they're starting to get some traction there, especially since he accepted the interview. And I want to give you guys a bunch more information. But Mike Borgonzi, they are requesting to interview him for their general manager job. He is the assistant general manager for the Kansas City Chiefs. They're interviewing a ton of people, but this is definitely a significant name for sure. And, let's read a little bit of his, bio. 15 years with the Chiefs, and he was promoted to assistant GM in 2021 after 3 years as director of football operations from 2018 to 20, and 3 seasons as the director of player personnel 2017, and then co-director of player personnel 2015 to 16. So, all that experience is amazing, and working with this organization from, 2015 to 2023 at a high level, because he's been there for 15 years, but co-director of player personnel and then director of player personnel from 2015 to 2023, that is one of the top 4 guys in the organization. You got, obviously besides Andy Reid and the players, you got the general manager and then the assistant general manager, those top 2 guys. And then he's right in there for the next guy. There's head of scouting, director of player personnel. He's right there. He supervises and directs the club's college and professional scouting operations while closely supporting and advising Brett Veach with the club's roster management and player acquisition. He does free agency, draft, everything. And, he's been there for 2 Super Bowls. And, you don't know exactly how much he does. You really don't know. I don't know, at least. But, maybe some insiders know and they'll talk about it if we hire him. But he's a guy I want. Is he the top guy I want? I don't know, but he's definitely up there in terms of top 5. And, I don't know exactly his age, but he looks relatively young, under 50. Looks like he's probably 46 is my guess. We'll go ahead and see how old he is, but looks relatively young. Let's see. I can't find his age. It is what it is, but he's relatively young, which is what's important. And obviously there's some old guys that can be fine, but again, my preference at least is a younger general manager. So still can't see where, I guess he graduated in 2002. So, add 21 years. So he's in his 40s. But yeah, that's kind of it on Mike Borgonzi. And whatever guy we hire or once they get to the finalists, of course, I'll give you guys way more information on these guys. Some other guys that they've requested. Ben Johnson talked about it. Aaron Glenn talked about it. Raheem Morris talked about it in another video. Glenn Cook, Browns assistant GM. He's been on the come up. He's a sleeper candidate. And then Ian Cunningham, Bears assistant general manager. They've also requested to interview Alec Hollaby. Adam Peters, they requested and he accepted, and he will be interviewed either tomorrow or Wednesday. That has been reported by Albert Breer. And just a lot of crazy stuff going on. And I will make a full video probably tonight. Maybe not tonight. Maybe I'll record it tonight or tomorrow morning and post it tomorrow, going over all the candidates. Because I was going to say tonight, but then we got the College Football National Championship tonight. So we'll see what happens there. But Josh Harris press conference, it was good. Really liked what I heard from him. He's not happy about how the season went. He respects Ron Rivera. I'm just giving you guys the cliff notes if you guys didn't watch it, but it's on their YouTube. And, he's going to do it. He said a thorough but rapid process for this football operations guy, and they're going to hire a head coach right after that. He wants to get it done quick, but thoroughly, because they have a lot of stuff to do. He emphasized the draft capital, the cap space, and some of the players on the roster as well. So that is it for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and peace.